Oh yeah, it's showtime. What's up, WTF family? Welcome to another, excuse me, got a little choked up. Welcome to another live stream here on the WTF Wednesday live podcast. So today we're going to be talking about unlock the power of your mind. Journey through time with thought. So I'm going to kick off this live stream with a nice snippet of some gems. And just go ahead and take some notes, leave us some comments below. Let us know what you think.
Answer a question that we had in our community about the power of visualization to reach your goals. And for me, I believe visualization and imagination is a superpower that we all have. You know, our minds really are superpowers. In nature, every creature has a superpower of sorts. Some creatures could fly, some could breathe underwater, some could climb incredibly well, some are incredibly fast, some are incredibly strong. Human beings aren't really naturally any of those things, but because of the power of our imagination, we can fly. The power of our imagination, we can go underwater. The power of our imagination, we can go very fast because we create external, reality or technologies that allow that to happen. And same thing with creating, I believe, the goals in our life. So I want you to think about a goal or something that is just wildly in your dreams, right? A place where your deepest desires can become a reality. So I want to talk to that part of your mind, that where you believe it's possible. And the power I'm talking about, obviously, is the power of visualization, the art and science of visualizing. And so if you think about top renowned athletes or artists or top performers across various fields, something they have as a tool is this power of imagination. And you want to be able to celebrate this because the best of the best, from Olympic champions to innovative entrepreneurs, have mastered this art. They see something and they take the invisible and they make it visible, right? And they're harnessing their mind's eye to see, and more importantly, to feel their successes before they actually manifest that thing. And so I want you to think about this. Like, I talk about Roger Bannister in 1954. What is he famous for? Breaking the 4-minute mile. Throughout human history, nobody can run a mile in less than 4 minutes. But how did he do it? If you saw an ESPN special on it, a documentary, he did it because he would visualize himself crossing the finish line. He wouldn't just do physical training, he would do mental training. And he would do these thought experiments where he would imagine himself crossing the finish line and looking at the clock, and the clock says 3 minutes and 59 seconds, because he knows what you know. He knows that you have to see it here in order to see it here. That it's not where you'll believe it when you see it, it's the opposite. You'll see it when you start believing it inside. And that's the power. There was a study done in the 1990s at the University of Chicago where they took 3 groups of just normal people, average people, they weren't athletes, and they put them on a basketball court. And they had group A and B and C just do free throws, and they rated how well they did. How many did they get into the basket? And then they said, okay, for the next 30 days, group A, I want you to practice 1 hour a day. Go out on the court and practice those free throws. And they said, group B, we don't want you to do anything, right? Don't touch a ball, don't do anything just for the next 30 days. And they took group C and they said, group C, we want you to practice, but not physically. We want you to practice mentally. We want you to spend an hour a day just seeing and feeling what it would be like to shoot these successful free throws. And 30 days later, they put them back on the court. Group A did their free throws and they improved 24%, right? Because practice makes progress, right? Group B, who never touched a ball or did no visualization, did the same, right? And no practice, no progress. But group C is really what blew their mind. Group C, when they did their free throws, they improved 23%, just 1% less than the people who actually went out on the court, got all dressed, and did the physical activity of doing the free throws. So that's the power of visualization. And visualization isn't magic, it's neuroscience. When you vividly imagine, you perform an action, your brain undergoes many of the same changes as when you're physically doing them. Isn't that amazing? That by visualizing, we create neural pathways, making it easier for our minds and our bodies to replicate that success in the real world where it counts. But it's not just about seeing, it's also about feeling, right? It's the emotions, the joy, the pride, the satisfaction that fuel our drive and make our vision sticky. So let's dive in. I want you to find a comfortable place. You can sit down or you can even lie down. And I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in and out. And just breathe normally and take a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to relax. With every breath, you get more and more relaxed. With every sound you hear, you get more and more relaxed. Now I want you to imagine a goal that you deeply desire. And I want you to see yourself having achieved it. What are you doing? Who is with you? How do you feel? And how are you celebrating afterwards also as well? Now I want you to amplify that emotion and let it fill every part of you, every cell in your body. I want you to feel the joy, the pride, the excitement. This is your future. This is your potential. Now take a moment and pause and just kind of reflect. Allow yourself to feel it, amplify those emotions. And then when you're ready, start to come back to this moment and bringing with you those same feelings, those same emotions, that same sense of determination from your vision. Remember, every dream realized started in someone's imagination. It started in their mind. And with consistent practice and faith, visualization will become your bridge between where you are now and where you desire to be. I want you to imagine it, see it, feel it, and then believe in it. And then work daily for it.
Let's go, beautiful people. Hey, that was Jim Quick. He has a great book called Limitless. It's a great audio book. I'm currently listening to it now. A lot of great gems in there, but that was just a snippet. We wanted to bless you all before we kicked off this live stream today. And as y'all can see, Coach E is running a little bit behind. Hello, Antonia, our faithful viewer. What's going on? Good evening, ma'am. So E is a little bit behind schedule, but have no fear. Coach Dimitri is here. That was a little corny. But yeah, the show will go on. And so I just wanted to go ahead and drop that quick gem with y'all. No pun intended by Jim Quick. And there was a lot to unpack from that video. But as you all can tell by the title, Unlock the Power of Your Mind. Journey through time with thought. So what does that really kind of mean? So different people may take a different context to that, but to me is broken down in something as simple as keeping that imagination intact. I know a lot of times, especially as kids, parents and adults, especially school teachers who are taught to make sure that the kid focuses and stays focused on what the teacher is saying and doesn't get distracted, you know. And if they do get distracted, or if they can't stay still, if they're daydreaming or wandering off into space in class and not paying attention to the teacher, then we tend to dismiss that child as, special needs or ADHD or all these types of things. And we tend to, prescribe them drugs, all because of that imagination, that powerful superpower that Jim Quick spoke about. And the reason why it is a superpower is because it allows us to tap into that spiritual realm. Yeah, the imagination is spiritual, right? We have this physical 3D body that we can touch, we can interact with things on this plane, on this realm, this 3D plane, this physical realm. But the imagination takes us into the spiritual realm where we can't physically touch it, but we can see it. Isn't that something? Like, you have to see it before you can see it. in real life. Everything that we are interacting with in this physical realm came from somebody's imagination, somebody's thought, somebody's idea that it can become reality, right? So if everybody had their imagination squashed, like there would be no inventors, there would be no evolution, there would be no progress in humanity. Why? Because we will all be stuck in this box of thinking. And what the imagination does is that old famous saying, think outside the box. It allows us to think outside this realm of thinking that we've been programmed to think of, to keep the system going, to keep these jobs running, to keep the entrepreneurs in business. The entrepreneurs are the business owners who had the imagination to create something that wasn't there. But most of us have been indoctrinated to keep our minds focused on keeping the system running, to focus on those that 9 to 5 grind work schedule type of thinking, right? So that's why most people are squashed of their imagination. Most people are told that thinking outside the box and being a free thinker is not something that is rewarded, right? Because you have to fall in line to be successful in this world, or so we've been taught, right? And here's Mr. WTF. He may be having some connection issues, but we'll definitely keep the ball rolling, and just go ahead and jump in, E, whenever you get time. But yeah, so like more on my story. So when I was, some of you may know my story, some may not, but I'm gonna rehash it really quick. When I was 18, I had my first job of the summer going into my senior year of high school. I loaded trucks for 9 years while I went to college. There were plenty of times where I didn't think I was going to make it out of college while working, but my imagination, my thought process was, hey, I need to go ahead and get this degree so I can move up in the company. And what happened 9 years later, after hard work and me visualizing myself in management, I attained that. Shortly thereafter, I set my sights higher into corporate. And lo and behold, I came across somebody who knew somebody who pulled some strings to get me into the corporate office in UPS. Now, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but that just goes to show you that if you imagine yourself in a place where you are not at currently, while you are working towards getting to where you want to be, ultimately, that's all you need. That's faith plus works equals the result. Or as Coach Big E or Mr. WTF phrases it, in the tiers format. And I hope I get this proper. If I mess this up, E, feel free to jump in and correct me. But the tiers formula is the thought plus the emotions plus the actions equal the result. So thoughts, emotions, actions get you the result. So I definitely do like that formula also. And it definitely does work. But one thing that we have to make sure that we do as people is make sure that we tap into that imagination and make sure that it doesn't die, right? So if y'all have any comments, please leave them below. Always remember, let me pull this banner up, that we have a website. It's called WTF, right below, WTFMA.com. Go ahead and check it out. Leave us a comment in our social media page on our YouTube. Go ahead and check out all of our videos. We have podcasts on the WTFMA page that we want you to check out, where I go deep into some cryptocurrency. And that's one thing I want to dive in as well, y'all. If y'all have heard of Bitcoin, hey, it's here at $60,000. Never, since we're talking about imagination, never would I have thought back in 2017 that I would have been on a journey through time with just a YouTube video that kicked off my journey. When I was in corporate, I was looking at YouTube videos of cryptocurrency. Never would I have thought 7 years later I would consider myself an expert. I'm comfortable giving people guidance, and that's what I do here mainly at the WTF Academy. Is I focus in on the finances and I help people understand and demystify the veil that's over cryptocurrency, right? And the reason why I'm bringing up cryptocurrency right now is because we are in a bull market, y'all. This only happens once every 3 or 4 years. Now, if you're interested in understanding and learning about crypto so you can take advantage of this bull ride, and make a few coins in your pocket, hit me up in the DMs, hit me up on the contact page on WTFMA.com. Send me a message. Hey, say, Coach Dimitri, I'm interested in learning about crypto. I'll go ahead and set up a free 15-minute call just for you. Just for you. If you're really interested, I'll block out time just for you, because this is a new revolution, right? We talk about journeying through time and imagining ourselves in the future. We all imagine ourselves prosperous, right? But we also know that we have to take action, and we have to put ourselves in a position to have the knowledge to be able to act on. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help set you up to achieve that level of status that you know that you can be at in the future. But you can't get there until you make that first step. And of course, cryptocurrency isn't the only way to achieve your financial goals and financial freedom. I get that. There are many ways. There's many different ways to skin a cat, as the old saying would say. But one thing that I know for sure is how to make money in cryptocurrency. And this opportunity will not last long to be in this bull market. And I just want to go ahead and let y'all know that if you do see yourself in a better position in the future, definitely hit me up, and I'd be happy to set up a free consultation call with you. Seems like E is still in a meeting right now. I'll take some questions if y'all have any in the comments. I wish I was more talkative like E, but I don't want to cut him off too soon. If he wants to jump in, let me know in the comments, E, if you're available. But that's pretty much all that I have right now. I don't want to bore the people too much with my rhetoric, but I did just want to touch home and touch bases on the importance of imagination. And if you have any kids, y'all, I know us as adults, we're in a whole different mindset than what we were back when we were teenagers, when we were adolescents, right? Some of us are in our 30s, 40s, 50s, and older, and we have kids that are in their adolescence and their teens and their young adults. And we tend to forget what it's like to be that age. One thing that I would leave you with today, everybody, I would challenge you to always keep that kid alive within yourself, right? Never forget what your childhood was like. Even though it may be decades ago, I still remember back when you were a child. So that way you can empathize with your child or a young adult that you know, who you could potentially impact in a positive way. You could potentially help to unlock the power of their mind and help them to imagine a better future help them to imagine a better future of themselves, so that way they can progress and prosper, a lot faster and a lot further than what your generation and what my generation is currently doing, right? Because it's all about each one teach one. So as you learn, you definitely want to share. There's no point in having this information if you're not going to share it. And more importantly, it's not any beneficial to have this information if you're not going to apply it, right? Because knowledge is not power. Knowledge plus the application of said knowledge equals the power, right? And that goes back to what we were saying earlier. Faith and works. You can know what to do and not do it. Is that power? No, you have to know what to do, and then you have to go and do it, and then you have to do it consistently. They should probably add that into the definition as well. But that's all I have for y'all today. Let me check the comments. Okay, he said he's trying. I'm going to come back on this topic if I can't join. All right, y'all. So Coach Big E, Mr. WTF, couldn't make it, but that's all right. That's all right. We still got some good information out to you all. We appreciate y'all's patience, and consistency definitely is key, Antonia. Absolutely. And that's why, hey, whether it's going to be me on here by myself or Coach E on here talking to y'all by itself, it don't matter. We're going to be consistent with these lives. We're going to be consistent with these podcasts, giving y'all the information that y'all need to go and apply to make y'all life even that much more enriched and that much better. And don't forget, y'all, the bull run is here. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. Bitcoin is at $60,000. When I got into it in 2017, guess how much it was? $900. Yes. So that's over 60 times your money if you would have just bought it and held it for 7 years. All right. So I'm not telling y'all what to do, but I am saying if you have any questions, hit me up on WTFMA.com in the contact page. Send me a message and I'll get back to you in 24 hours or less. With that said, this has been another WTF Live Wednesday with Coach Dimitri and Coach Mr. WTF, Coach Big E. All right. And always remember, WTF not only means what's the formula, but it also means our mantra, which is winning takes focus. All right. So until next Wednesday, stay focused, keep winning. Peace.